Welcome once again to an hour of soccer nostalgia with Mick Channon and Alan Bull, two of the top names in British soccer over the last 20 years or so. Yet again, Mick and Alan have got some smashing yarns and stories for us, and this week we're concentrating on the one club who, whichever year you choose, always seem to be winning something. I mean, of course, Liverpool. Alan, as an Evertonian, you were at Everton Football Club for 6 years. You must have some great memories of Liverpool.
Well, the rivalry between the two clubs, although it's fierce, is very, very good-natured because in families they're mixed and what have you. And I think they're one of the best supported two sides in the country and also the best behaved. The Liverpool at that time were a far better side than Everton, and the fans at that time had sort of the stranglehold over the Everton people. And I thought that in the 6 years that I was there, we tried to turn that round, but it was very difficult to do because the Liverpool bandwagon just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling on.
You both obviously have played there over the years. Mick, I mean, what's the secret of the Liverpool success? What's it like to play there for a start?
Well, to start with, I don't think there was any mistaking about it. It was a fella called Bill Shankly. I mean, the fella's enthusiasm was absolutely unbelievable. One fella who had got them together, probably like Busby had got United together, and their enthusiasm, I mean, it was unbelievable. You can't really explain the feel you got, you know. I mean, and it went to the crowd as well. They were so passionate.
The man himself, I always remember, we used to train at Belfield with Everton, and he had a house overlooking Belfield, and Harry Catterick built a fence so that he couldn't watch us training. And then we came back training a couple of days later, and there was a hole in Shankly's roof, and he'd gone up right into the roof and had another window put in the roof. So Harry Catterick had to build again so he couldn't see it to our training ground. I mean, the man was, as everybody quite rightly says, a legend, and the stories about him in Liverpool were of the man. He could literally walk on water for the Liverpool people, and the people believed that, and the players followed him and believed that, and going to play against them. It gave you a buzz, but you also knew that you were going in and you were going to have one torrid time. And in that cauldron in there, if you weren't a brave and strong man and a good footballer, you were really found out. It was a hell of a place to play.
The story goes like that Shankly went to the hairdressers, you know, and at that time Everton were going well, and you know Liverpool were just on. He just got them going, just got them wound up, and that. He went to the hairdressers and he says, "What do you want, Bill?" He says, "Oh, short back and sides, lad." He says, "Do you want anything off the top?" He says, "Yeah, Everton." You know, so I mean, you know, I mean, the man. I tell you what, he was an amazing character, and I think that he was the start of the Liverpool that we see today. I mean, Liverpool is built so solid now, and it's all due to one man.
What's it like as a player to play in front of the Kop, who have got quite a sense of humour, I think?
Well, they used to give me some stick, but I had a love relationship with them because in my time with Everton, I did well against Liverpool, scored quite a lot of goals against them, and I knew the more stick they gave me, the better I was playing, the more threat I was to them. But it was all good-natured because in the city, the people, as I say, they come from the same families, and I don't think there's a city like it in the world, to be quite honest.
And Mick, how did you get on with the Kop?
I always got on all right. I mean, they didn't see much of me. I was usually back defending, you know. I mean, every time we got there, we usually had our backside smacked. It wasn't until sort of I was lucky enough that I think we eventually won with Southampton. I remember Steve Moran scoring late on, and I remember winning there with Norwich. But
then you woke up.
That's right. That's right. And then I woke up. Exactly. But I mean, it was very late on in my career before I won. That was sure.
Right, well, let's get on with the action then. The first vintage we're going to sample is the 72-73 Liverpool side. The scene is Anfield. It's September 72. Opposition is Wolves, and your commentator is Jerry Harrison.
To Bailey. And Calliope on the right flank here, but this is fullback Shaw.
Dugan going over to the far side. Meant for Hibbett. Gets it. Shaw nicely down, giving McCall plenty of time to settle on it. Well cut out, though, by Cormac, who's dropped back well. Kevin Keegan on the right. Toshak goes over to the middle. Highway racing into the middle, too. Keegan. And here's Emlyn Hughes picking up the loose one. Oh, and Hughes has got it! And an Emlyn Hughes special, which Parks looked as if he had covered. The rebound off the post, and Liverpool go into the lead. Straight to Bailey, to Shaw. In comes Hughes. I think he put a bit of fear into Hibbett, if nothing else. Oh, man. Lloyd getting up on Dugan. So free kick the Wolves. Centre-half Munro is up there. Richards, Kindon is there. Kindon picking up that loose one well, and Wolves right back in the game from the free kick. So Steve Kindon's first goal for Wolves since he joined them from Burnley. And the replay, the free kick. McCalliog takes a good one. Richards gets a brilliant shot in there, and Kindon picks up the loose one. Toshak on the near post. Away by Shaw. Lindsay lets it run for the throw. Kevin Keegan coming to this. McCall behind him. Oh, and this is a good chip. Up goes Lawler and Lloyd. Two big men at the far post. Not so very far past that post of Parks. After some beautiful work in the penalty area by Kevin Keegan. Sun right in their eyes. Hughes gets up well. Highway under pressure. It's got Hughes just square of him. Chooses Lloyd here. Lawler, the right back, is free. Kevin Keegan asking for one over the far side. This is Cormac, though. Up against Kindon first. Past him easily. Munro getting it half away. Emlyn Hughes can't quite get the bounce, but almost a brilliant recovery. Now Bailey with a man free on his right. Tremendous space here now for Richards. Oh, and a brilliant shot, and beautifully covered by goalkeeper Clements. Well, it's really wide open up front. Kevin Keegan chasing this one. Oh, doing so well. Great balance. Highway. Cormac! He's got it! Peter Cormac. His home debut. His first goal for the club. And once again, you've got to give Kevin Keegan a lot of credit for getting this crossover. And Highway for getting it back. And there's Cormac with a good bit of bravery to get it in. And away we go then, with 14 minutes of the game left. Liverpool leading by 2-1. Richards. Steve Kindon. Dugan coming to this. Now Bailey. Oh, and an error by Clements. Tremendous drive by Bailey. But you've got to remember the sun is in Clement's eyes. Might have been a bit late for it, but that's not the sort of thing you expect from a goalkeeper of Ray Clement's character. Another of these great kicks, and Kevin Keegan's going to get hold of this one. Keegan's still going, and McCall, luckily, has got long legs. So from one end to the other, full of action, great spectacle, another corner. Keegan coming for the short one from Cormac, giving him a return, is he not? No, he isn't, chipping one over. Out comes Parks. Foul, said Mr. Howell. Quickly taken. Hibbett changing direction beautifully to Kindon, but Cormac has run well to close it up. And that's good running by Peter Cormac. Steve Kindon, Tommy Smith nudging him off it, and chance here for Toshak to break. He's on his own, he'll have to either go alone or play for time. He's got Keegan behind him. Now Callaghan's pushed in, Highway's in the penalty area as well. Cormac's here, picking up the loose ones, down he goes, and looks, yes, it's a penalty. A late decision, a slow decision, but a penalty he's given. Well, it looked as if at the most he was going to get an indirect free kick, but he's gone over to check with the linesman. Conflab there with Mr. Half of Macclesfield. And not only does it look as if it's going to be a penalty, it's going to be a booking as well. And it's McCallion, the third player from Wolves to go into the book in a game which really hasn't been at all vicious. But after this, here's the incident where Callaghan knocks him down, and you can see how late the referee's decision was by the speed with which the arms of Cormac went up. So the booking over. No, he's being sent off. Not only has he been booked, but he must have said something to the referee afterwards, and here's Smith now with a chance to put Liverpool further into the lead. There it is. Well, an incredible incident. The game dramatically turned now against Wolves. Jimmy McCalliog being sent off. But anyhow, here's Tommy Smith with another chance. He put it to the left-hand side. What's he going to do this side? Same again. So really, what a burst of action there was there in that couple of minutes. A booking, a disputed penalty, a sending off, a retake, and here's the second penalty. Jerry Taylor, Dugan coming across the face of the area. Munro beaten though by Lloyd. Lindsay a touch away, and a nice touch back by Kevin Keegan, and away he comes. Highways on that left flank. Keegan, Callaghan. Callaghan still going. Into a bit of a cul-de-sac, but nevertheless with only 6 minutes gone and leading by 3-1. You're inviting desperate tackles, and that's what happened there. Free kick to Liverpool, Steve Highway. Kevin Keegan on the near post, Toshak behind him. Keegan. Oh, beautifully taken. What a good free kick, and beautifully taken by Kevin Keegan. Once again, Cormac showing how much running he's done. He's already back there to harass him first, and bring him down, rather. And no, not another name in the book. Yes. So that changes the atmosphere a bit for Peter Cormac. Not only does he score a goal in his first game in front of his home crowd, but he gets his name taken as well. Peter Cormac then into the book, making 5 in all. And a free kick to Wolves. Dugan coming across the face of the area. Up goes Clements. Dugan gets a touch though. and really gets thumped from behind by Lloyd and Clements. But it must have come off a defender because it's Wolves' throw. To Kindon, back to Bailey. It wasn't offside. Bailey, a good run. And a great one. John Richards. So Richards with his sixth goal of the game. And Bailey, a good run, sets it up for him. Takes it well.
So 4-2 to Liverpool, and although Peter Cormack scored there on his debut, Alan, I think the interesting thing was that that was a young Kevin Keegan just in the side.
That's right. I was just mentioning to Mick how he's thickened, and you know he got a really big lad towards the end of his career, and there he was quite slight, wasn't he? But he was still quick and little darter. Very, very good player.
Yes, one or two other interesting players, of course, because he had a very good partnership with John Toshak.
That's right. They didn't score as many goals as a lot of people would think. You know, I think possibly the most goals he scored in a season for Liverpool was about 15, Kevin.
Yeah, which would surprise a lot of people.
Exactly. When he came to Southampton, he started scoring 20 and 30, you know. But he enjoyed his football when he was at Southampton. No, to be fair, I mean they were a great side. And I always remember when he came from Scunthorpe, you know, and Jimmy Gabriel, who came to Southampton, Jimmy was a real competitor, Scots lad, played for Scotland. And he thought, oh, he says, because he would always dig Jimmy, and I was just always waiting for him. He said, and I always remember Jimmy Gabriel saying, I could not get near him. He said he was a little ball of fire then, you know, and he said he was going to be a good player. I mean, I never thought, and I remember playing in the same game, and I never thought Keegan would be as good a player as what he was.
Yeah.
And yet he turned, for me, he made himself into a great player. And we both played with him at Southampton. And the lad's enthusiasm and his work rate was unbelievable.
In that game, they had a good mixture of youth as well, with Emlyn Hughes,
Yeah, Tommy
Larry
Smith.
Lloyd and Tommy Smith at the back, and the whole back four, Chris Lawler and Alec Lindsay at full-back.
Yeah.
See, but that's where Shank's done great, because he swapped, you know, big Ron Yates, who had been such a great player for him, and he went and bought Larry Lloyd from Bristol Rovers, and everyone thought, oh, bloody hell, he says he can never, I mean, he's as big as a block of flats and just about as manoeuvrable, you know. And I remember, because at that time, they had a press conference, that they say, like, and he got all the press in, and they just bought Larry Lloyd, you know, 100,000 they paid for him from Bristol Rovers. It was a fortune. And he said to the pressman, he says, he's a colossus, he says. Just walk round the man, he says, it'd take you an hour, you know. And